Today, our theme for this month is memory improving meditations. And so there's a twofold idea around this. One is the goal is to remember something in the past that I name for you as clearly as you can. And through that practice, it creates a sense of mindfulness as you move into the future. Because if you're really grounding in around certain details about a past experience, it makes sense that your mind would continue to do that later on. And so every practice we have this month will center around remembering something. And I'm not going to say much more about that because I don't want your mind to already go there. So just know that in the practice that perfection is not what we're seeking here. It can be easy for your mind to get frustrated when you can't remember something clearly. And so just know that you're remembering everything you can and don't worry about the things that you can't remember. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. It's important because meditation is important, but it's not serious. So no need to beat yourself up here. Cool, cool. All right. So go ahead and sit comfortably, however that looks for you. You can recline back in your chair if you'd like to. Just let your eyes close. And as you settle in, you can begin to let go of held tension. There are just places in your body that are squeezing that can simply unsqueeze. So you can feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears, your arms becoming heavy as your hands relax. And feeling your shoulder blades settle down your back. A sense of ease coming to your abdomen, relaxing any gripping or tension there. Relaxing the muscles around your pelvis. And untensing the legs. Sometimes they stay tense because we might need to get up and run. You don't need to get up and run right now. Relax the legs. And soften any gripping of the feet. And feel your vocal cords relax. Sometimes they stay tense in case we need to speak up. You don't need to speak up right now. You can relax the vocal cords. And feeling the rows of teeth separate as your jaw relaxes. The tongue releasing from the roof of the mouth. The nostrils unflare. And feel your eyes unsqueeze. The eyelids simply meeting, not pressing together. Softening the forehead and anywhere else in your body where you're holding tension, that you can simply let it go, let it go. And as your body continues to relax here, just notice what's going on in your mind today. What emotions and thoughts are present? What is the preoccupation of your consciousness? And if the mind does feel distracted, if it's being drawn somewhere else, it's probably for a good reason. But just remind yourself that this time we have is time to not have to worry about that. Anything that needs attention or feels urgent will be handled, just not right now. So you can even imagine that you're taking that thought or thoughts and just setting it down next to you to be tended to at a later time. And then allow your awareness to come to your breath. And just begin to slow your breath down. Not to an extreme point, but just taking your time as you inhale and taking your time as you exhale. There's no rush here. Taking your time as you inhale and taking your time as you exhale. And then from here, I'd like you to even out your breath by making the length of the inhale and exhale the same. And you can achieve this by counting the breath if you'd like, inhaling for a certain number of counts and exhaling for an equal number of counts. And a count is whatever you use for internal measurement. It could be an estimated second or the sound of a word or syllable. Just do your best. And also noting here that this does not have to be your deepest breath. Allow it to be manageable or even easy. Inhaling for a certain number of counts. Exhaling for an equal number of counts. Inhaling for a certain number of counts. And exhaling for an equal number of counts. And with every breath, with every even breath, feeling your mind become a bit more focused, a bit more present. Every breath guiding you further away from the distractions of your mind. And closer to the center of your awareness. Even inhale, even exhale. And keeping your breath relatively even, we'll add a component to this practice. So first, just feel the sensation of your breath in your nostrils. It's often cooler on inhale and warmer on exhale. And in just a moment, we'll begin mental alternate nostril breathing, just imagining that we're inhaling and exhaling through singular nostrils as I guide you. So again, keeping the breath relatively even. With your next inhale, imagine the breath coming in through your left nostril. And imagine your breath leaving through your right nostril. And then inhale the breath through the right nostril. And exhale left nostril. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Inhale left nostril. Exhale right nostril. In right. And out left. In left. Out right. In right. And out left. In left. And continue on your own for a bit. In left, out right. In right, out left. Just seeing the breath move from side to side. In left, out right. In right, out left. Continuing this breath for just a little bit longer. And as you see yourself exhale out of your left nostril this next round, you can release the techniques. Maybe feeling the breath move through both nostrils at the same time to help ground. And then I'd like you to remember the last meal you had, the last full meal you had. And I want you to start by remembering what it looked like, the shapes of the food, the colors. And then I want you to remember what it smelled like. And then remember what it felt like. So if it was finger food, you might remember the texture on your fingers, but also remember the texture inside of your mouth, how it felt inside of your mouth, and how that changed over the course of chewing. And then I want you to remember what it sounded like. Maybe there was a crisp sound, or just the sound of the chewing of that food. And then, of course, what did it taste like? Maybe it changed depending on what piece of food you had in your mouth. What were the spices? What's the flavor profile? Was it sour, sweet, bitter, savory? And then you can bring in your opinions about all this. Was it a preferable meal? Did it taste good? Were there aspects that were nice and aspects that were not nice? Remember this meal as clearly as you can, recruiting the senses. And once you've remembered your last meal as clearly as you can, remembering what you can and leaving what you can't, I want you to go back in time to the meal prior to that one. Maybe it was breakfast or whenever it was. Again, drawing in the senses to remember it as clearly as you can. What did it look like? What food was on the plate or present? The shapes, the colors. What did it smell like? What did it feel like? The textures. Was there a sound to the food? What did it taste like, this food? And then remembering your mind's involvement in the experience, liking it, not liking it, preferences, etc. And again, just recall it as clearly as you can, almost as if you were eating it in this moment. And once you've remembered that meal as clearly as you possibly can, go back to the meal that preceded that one and remember it as well as you can, and keep doing that. Every time you finish remembering what you had for that meal, go back to the one before it. And it may get harder the further back you go, so just be patient with yourself. remembering what you can and being okay with what you cannot. Recruiting the senses. What did it look like, smell like, feel like, sound like, taste like? And then your mind's involvement in the experience. Recalling it as clearly as you can, and then moving backwards in time to the prior meal. Sight, smell, feeling, sound, taste, mind. And whichever meal you are recalling right now, just finish recalling it. And once you've recalled it as best you can, let go of the practice. And allow your mind to come back to the present moment, your feet on the floor, your seat in a chair, your body, your breath. And just feel a sense of satisfaction for what you were able to remember. Letting it be enough. And just allowing the intention that this practice can help you be more mindful as you go into future eating experiences, possibly being more present. And for now, feel your breath moving in your body again. And when you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together, rubbing them together. And taking the heated palms over your eyes for a moment. And brushing back over the top of your head and down the neck. Slowly, carefully bringing yourself back.